Many years ago, Stephen J. Bartowski worked on a project called The Intersect. It was a secret government project. Mary Bartowski was a CIA agent assigned to protect him. They fell in love. And one of the very earliest versions of The Intersect was downloaded into the head of a man named Hartley Winterbottom. The Intersect was a profile, and he malfunctioned. So Hartley Winterbottom became Alexei Volkov. He became the villain. He wasn't originally Volkov. It was just an identity that he had put into his head by Stephen J. Bartowski. So Stephen J. also had a family. He had kids. He had Ellie Bartowski and he had Chuck. But because of Volkov, because of what was happening out in the spy world, Mary Bartowski had to go off on a mission to find Hartley. But as she went off on these missions, she became embroiled and caught up in the Volkov industries to the extent that she could never return home. So now Stephen J. Bartowski had lost his wife, and he would begin to search for her himself. Years later, Chuck Bartowski goes to Stanford, gets kicked out. You know, he doesn't have a mom and dad at home, but he's got Ellie, he's got his sister who takes care of him. So he comes back to Los Angeles. He starts working at the Buy More for a few years, and then one night his friend sends him The Intersect and kind of brings Chuck Bartowski, who was kind of born into this world, back into the spy world. And then at the end of season 3, learns that his mom was also a spy, and that begins our search of finding Mom. And in so doing, walking into the mystery of why she left in the first place, which was to find this man, Hartley, who would become Volkov. And that immediately kind of puts Chuck into the world of who the Volkovs are.
Congratulations.
Well, it's gonna be an awesome baby, right? It's got to do something fantastic and save the world or cure cancer or something.
So the baby has got, I mean, a combination of Bartowski and the Woodcomb powers. Who knows? It could be an Intersect and like an extreme rock climber, skydiver.
I'm sure he'll be ruined. I mean, by this family, he'll be ruined by 6 months old.
In an ideal world, he'll be a clone of his dad. An awesome doctor agent.
He's already showing promise, you know, so I have high hopes for.
Maybe he'll be a field medic. That's what he'll do. He'll go into the military and become a field medic first, and then he'll get out and he'll go into the CIA after doing his residency at Cedars.
I don't know if they'll pick up right where we left off, or all of a sudden I'll have a little toddler running around the house and Chuck and Sarah will be married for a couple years. I don't know what the game plan is there.
So it's a girl?
See? I don't even have the sex right.
I think that Clara's future is a bright one. So I named her after my daughter, so you have nothing to fear. Nothing's going to befall Clara.
Is it a girl?
Clara?
Oh, then I'm confused because Lancaster's really pregnant with a boy.
When Ellie gave birth, I was working on set and in my first trimester, and I hadn't told anyone I was pregnant yet. And we were filming that day, and I was literally in this hospital bed all day in the stirrups pretending to give birth, and everyone's walking around me and just, you know, normally asking questions like, are you gonna do this soon in real life? Is this gonna happen soon? What's going on? How do you feel about this? And I'm just sitting there going, I am pregnant right now and I can't tell anyone and I'm nauseous and I'm here pretending to give birth. It was just sort of a surreal moment.
Awesome. You guys hear that?
I think I did.
That's a grunt. That is a Casey grunt. Oh, I know he is.
I think he does a variety of grunts.
Well, you can put a lot of layers into a grunt. You can layer it with intolerance. There you go. You can layer it with pleasure. It's just a matter of inflecting the grunt tonality. Sometimes you just get lucky and hit one like, That all you got?
You can't teach that. There's no acting school you can go to learn how to grunt like Adam Baldwin grunts.
Wow, that's deep.